All right. A good day, class. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Um, the quiz was last week, and a lot of you guys did really well. Some of the answers in the long answer question that I asked you guys wasn't done the way that I would like it to have been done. There was things that I think you guys could have done better, but we'll get into that in the online chat that we have. We're gonna talk about because we did the quiz last week. We didn't cover week 4, so we're gonna do week 4 and 5 this week. Okay. Um, Now for week 4, we're gonna talk about strategy, objective, and definition. Okay. So reviewing an e-business strategy. We're gonna talk about how to review an e-business strategy. So let's just say you put an e-business strategy into place. You have like you do your online marketing, you do online sales, doing online stuff, right? Now, how do you review that? Okay. So the best way to review an e-business strategy is to analyze the critical success factors of the e-business. Okay. I think we spoke about this before, about critical success factors. This will help pinpoint where the issues are and will save a lot of time. If critical success factors are not providing the outcome that the organization was aiming for, they will need to be changed or altered or swapped out for new ones. Okay, so critical success factors are the best way in order to figure out how an e-business strategy is running. Okay, um, without critical success factors, without looking at them, it's too vague to try and find what's really happening with the business. So you have to see, okay, these are our factors in place. Now, which ones are helping us meet our goal? Okay, we have to analyze them to make sure which ones are helping you reach that goal. If some of them are not helping you reach the goal, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to make a change, okay, in order for you to be successful. Okay, critical success factors. We'll talk about it again. There's small number of activities that absolutely must be undertaken effectively for the company to have success. Okay, small number of activities that must be undertaken so must be done effectively and in a timely fashion in order for the company to have success. Okay, they're entirely dependent on the unique circumstances of the firm. So, for example, a flower shop is going to be different from an online shoe retailer. It'll be different from a customer support team. So every single organization is going to have different CSFs, okay, different critical success factors. Examples of critical success factors, guys. Okay, one of the factors that could make or break a company is the management's commitment. Okay, how committed are the managers in order to getting things done on time, right? Or getting things done effectively and correctly, right? How committed are the managers to getting the job done? That's a critical success factor. Training and learning, right? Very, very important. Critical success factor. You can't be successful if your guys, if your workers are not trained, constantly getting trained, and constantly learning. You can't grow. You can't grow if you don't have new knowledge. If you don't have new knowledge, you won't be able to do anything new. You'll be continuing doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Okay? So new knowledge, learning. Supplier management, customer management, quality data measurement and reporting. So guys, look at that. Look at this. Supplier management. That's a critical success factor because how are you supposed to build a product or service if your suppliers are not doing their job correctly and supplying you things on time? Customer management, right? It's extremely critical because if you don't know how to manage your customers and give them what they're looking for, they're gonna leave. They're gonna go somewhere else. So you're gonna need to have that in place as well. Corporate quality culture. How is the corporate culture of your organization? Are you guys is it a upbeat? Is it happy? Are people happy in the organization? So that's a corporate culture, right? Communication, teamwork, employee empowerment, process management, organizational structure. So guys, critical success factors. These are extremely important for a business to run efficiently. Okay? For a business to be profitable and run efficiently, you need to have, these are just examples of critical success factors. Okay? Product design, ongoing monitoring and assessment. Okay? Very important. So developing and using CSF analysis. So CSF should be assessed in a top-down fashion. Okay? Analysis is not one that is ideally suited for horizontal or collaborative organizational structures. Okay? So there's different type of organizational structures that you guys probably learned in different courses. I think I taught a course, I think it was Intro to Business Concepts, where you learn about organizational structures. So a top-down fashion is usually the best, which is like, you know, you have your CEO, and you have your managers, and you have your middle managers, and you got your lower managers, and then your foremen, your workers, and stuff like that, right? So CSFs are usually more, they're more used in that type of fashion, okay? Success factors should be judged according to the relevance to the business, then individual business units or departments, then down to the individual level, okay? So it's like a pyramid, right? But it's like an upside down pyramid, right? So the most important on top is, or even if you just do a regular pyramid, the most important is the CEO, like the organization itself is the most important part of the entire, when you're developing CSF, you must look at just the organization and what the organization as a whole is trying to do, okay? And then you look at, okay, the managers, right? Like different departments, whatever, right? Like, okay, now we have to use these CSFs to make sure these departments are running well. And then individuals, okay? So very simple, straightforward stuff. If at some level the success factor is not critical, then it needs to be reassessed. So, for example, when it comes to a business where, like I said, a flower shop, right? A critical success factor might be customer service. It might be customer management. It might be management commitment, right? But there's also other factors that really, CSFs that really wouldn't work. Like if you're a flower shop and you're looking at like at corporate culture when you only have maybe 2 or 3 people working. It's not really a corporate culture, right? It's not really. It's just hey, you know, these 3 people working here, and they get along with each other and they just work. Okay, so it's not really too heavy into the corporate culture, right? So making sure the corporate culture is running right all the time. We have to go for dinners. We have to go for outings. We have to. No, it doesn't work like that in a regular little flower shop, right? So then you need to assess what really is going to make us the most money. So customer service, making sure the things are there on time, making sure that the products are portrayed on their website perfectly, right? Like stuff like that. So an example of a CSF that's not going to be important, like I just said, would be like having a wicked corporate culture where everyone's all happy and stuff like that. For a small flower shop, it's not really that important. So CSF should be kept to an absolute minimum. Okay, very important, guys. You have too many CSFs, like they say, right? Less is better, right? Less is better. So you got to make sure that you have select focused things that you work on. That's like anything. That's just like even in life, right? In life, you want to have things that you're not jumping from here to here to here to here. You're always watching, doing different things. You want to have just a set number of things that you're looking and working for, right? Like you have one job, you might have another job, you might have family, your health, 4 or 5 main things that you're focusing on. Okay, if you have 1,000 things you're focusing on, it's gonna be very difficult. Okay, guys, so we're gonna talk about strategy implementation for week 5. Okay, so putting a strategy into place. That's what implementation means, okay? So putting a strategy into place now, okay? So strategy implementation, after defining the targeted client base and geographic markets for new traditional products, managers should plan the implementation of their e-business, okay? So once you figure out who your target market is, who your audience is, where they're going to be geographically, what country, blah, 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 all that stuff, you figure out, okay, exactly what your clients and everything are going to need. That's when you figure out, okay, what type of e-business should I put together, and decide what type of technological solution and supply chain to adopt. Okay, so for example, if you're selling car parts, if you're manufacturing car parts and selling it to like Toyota, let's say, okay, so you figured out who your client base is, you figure out where you're going to sell, all that stuff, right? So now you're going to figure out what type of e-business. So for example, you have to have a website, you have to have like an online ordering, you have to have some customer support going. You have to have like a portal for your suppliers to make sure that you're getting everything on time and the correct things on time, where you can review your suppliers, see who's the better one, who's giving the best prices, who's the most efficient, stuff like that. So those are all different things you have to look into when you're trying to implement a e-business strategy. Okay. So like I said, organizations usually develop websites and e-shops that complement their products and services and fulfill their need for identity and independence. Okay, so for example, Maison La Prise is a manufacturer of factory-built homes. Okay, so they build homes in a factory, and thanks to its website, it's able to provide customers with a complete catalog of its products, right? Along with the relevant technical specifications for each home. So you don't even have to leave your house or go anywhere. You can literally just be at your house on your computer looking at everything you want, and you can custom build an entire house just online. So the site's search engine allows clients to input the features they want in a home and quickly access an appropriate model. About 60% of buyers said they visited the website before heading to the company's showroom. Okay, the company's online presence has bolstered volume. Guys, right? Very important to have a website. Okay. Well, I don't know how you can't really be an online company this day and age without having a website. So extremely important. Okay. Strategy implementation, we're going to keep going. Most organizations prefer to hire freelance programmers because a partnership arrangement with a consulting firm is often expensive and time consuming. Okay, so if you're a small to medium sized business, you're not going to want to hire a consulting firm like McKinsey or Boston Consulting Group or something like that in order to get you your e-business strategy started. Reason being, way too expensive. Okay. And they bill you per hours, and their billables are very, very high. Okay, so if you're a small to medium-sized business, what you want to do is usually hire some sort of freelancer, someone who does this stuff for businesses, like a contract work or something like that, right? That's usually what most organizations go towards, right? Freelancing. But then some organizations have the e-business system developed entirely in-house. Okay, so they have people who work within the company that develop the e-business strategy. Okay, the e-business system. So that is it's not extremely common, but some organizations have that. The reason why they have it is because because they have the internal skills. So if they have the skills in-house, there's really no point of going and trying to get this done outside, right? So, and the companies that usually do have the in-house stuff, they place a very, very, very high value on the e-business strategy. So they're probably very online based. If you're extremely online based, like a Facebook, like a Google, like an Amazon, they don't freelance stuff out. They have internal people who run the entire show. Okay. So marketing activities by online retailers. Okay, this is the last slide we're going to talk about. So some different marketing activities by online retailers, right? So define sales cycle, knowing how long it takes a customer to purchase your product from start to finish. Important. This is what companies do, right? These are the activities that they do, right? So define the sales so they know how long it takes a customer to purchase product from start to finish. Optimize checkout process, making sure checkout process is smooth, easy, and trustworthy. Guys, think about Amazon right now, okay? Um, Helpful product descriptions include reviews and FAQ, helps decrease returns and drive sales. Amazon has that. Amazon has optimized checkout processes. Amazon knows the defined sales cycle, right? Amazon shows you the shipping costs, right? Some companies hide this and surprise clients when they're charged with shipping costs, making the client upset. Amazon shows all the shipping costs. Letting customers know the forms of payment. Amazon shows that as well. Email marketing, Amazon has that as well. Updating the website, Amazon's always updating the website. Social media advertising, Amazon's always advertising. Personalized buying experience, recommend products based on previous purchases, Amazon does that. Humanize the brand, Amazon does that. Jeff Bezos does a very good job of humanizing the brand, making people emotionally connected to the brand, emotionally connected to what he does. You know, giving a lot of money in charity, buying companies, building. Right now, Amazon is building a home, a shelter for homeless youth, right? For free, complete. Everything is free for those youth. So very humanized. So Amazon has literally touched on every single one of these points, and people wonder why Amazon is so successful. Look at what they do. They hit every single e-business point on this, and there's points here that I didn't even touch on. There's points that I didn't even touch on that Amazon does. So they do more than this. Getting people stuff done, getting their products delivered on time in a timely fashion. Couple of days, 2 days if you're a Prime member, usually 2 days, 3 days. You get exactly what you're looking for without even having to leave your home, right? Customer service. If you don't like your product, package it back up, send it back, boom. Get your refund. Not an issue. What else? Customer support. Contact the seller if something goes wrong. I bought my wife a dress. It didn't show up for a few weeks. I said, what's going on? Hit contact seller. I pushed contact seller, directed me directly to the person selling it. I said, guys, what's going on? I haven't received my thing. They said, we're so sorry. It's been stuck in transit because it's coming from China. We're going to cancel out order for you and send you a brand new one, which is coming from our US warehouse. And so in 2-3 days, I'll get the new one. So customer service, right? Amazon also watches exactly who is selling what and how they're selling it, right? They make sure that the people that are selling their product on Amazon are doing a good job of not ripping people off. As soon as they get a hint of people, bad reviews, negative reviews, negative comments, that seller's off Amazon. Can't sell it ever again on Amazon. So things like that, guys, you know. So that's pretty much it for week 4 and 5, and I think I gave you guys a lot of good information here, and we have a lot more coming up in the next few weeks. You know, we'll talk about information system strategy, so discussing information systems, discuss the CSF analysis. We'll analyze information system strategies, and we'll talk about supply chain management, which gets really interesting. I really like the supply chain management aspect of this course, right? And then e-procurement, also very interesting. E-marketing, customer relationship management. This guy's it's just going to get a lot better. It's going to get a lot more interesting and entertaining, and you guys will enjoy learning about this stuff because it'll really help you in your future. Okay, so that's it for me for today. I will see you guys in the online meeting. Thanks, guys.